Okay, picture this. It's a warm spring afternoon 66 million years ago. You're a dinosaur, a big, happy one, chewing on some ferns, minding your own business. Life is good. Life's been good for about 160 million years. And then you spot a new little star in the sky. Weird. It wasn't there yesterday. Except, it's not a star. It's a mountain. A 10-kilometer chunk of space rock screaming in at 70,000 kilometers an hour with your planet's name on it. In the next 24 hours, 3 out of every 4 species on Earth get wiped out, including you, buddy. But here's the wild part. We know almost exactly how this day went down, minute by minute. We even know what you had for lunch. So buckle up. This is the single worst day in the history of the world, and honestly, it's an incredible story. But wait, how could anyone possibly know what happened on some random afternoon 66 million years ago? Great question. For the longest time, nobody did. People had guesses, maybe disease, maybe volcanoes, maybe the dinosaurs just kind of gave up. The real answer was hiding in a thin layer of mud. Back in the 1970s, a geologist named Walter Alvarez was poking around some rocks in Italy, right at the line where the dinosaurs vanish from the fossil record. Below the line, fossils everywhere. Above it, basically nothing. And smack in between, this thin gray band of clay. So he takes it to his dad, who just happens to be a Nobel Prize-winning physicist, and they test it for a metal called iridium. Now, iridium is super rare on Earth's surface, but out in space, asteroids are packed with it, and this clay was loaded 90 times the normal amount. Same weird spike in the same layer all over the planet. So in 1980, the Alvarezes basically drop a bombshell. The dinosaurs weren't killed by Earth. They were killed by something that came from space. Awesome theory. One tiny problem. Where's the giant hole? Turns out the hole was hiding, buried under Mexico, half of it under the ocean. A crater 180 kilometers wide, called Chicxulub. Line up its age with that clay layer, and bingo, perfect match. This was the spot. So let's go there. Rewind to the moment of impact. The asteroid comes in and smacks a shallow tropical sea at 20 kilometers per second. That's so fast, the water doesn't even have time to splash out of the way. In a literal fraction of a second, it unloads more energy than every nuclear bomb on Earth going off at the same time. Like a billion Hiroshimas, it vaporizes itself instantly and punches straight through the planet's crust. And a dinosaur standing 1,000 kilometers away? At first, it hears nothing. It just sees the whole horizon flash brighter than the sun and thinks, huh, that's new. And then everything happens at once. The impact triggers an earthquake so violent it's basically off our scale. A magnitude 11, thousands of times stronger than anything we've ever recorded. Out at sea, it shoves up a wall of water hundreds of meters tall, a tsunami barreling across entire oceans, and a blast of superheated air rips outward from the crater, flattening every tree for 1,000 kilometers like it's mowing a lawn. If you're a dinosaur anywhere near the impact, yeah, you're already gone. But, and this is the part that blows my mind, the earthquake, the tsunami, the shockwave, all of that only wrecked one corner of the planet. The thing that was about to kill dinosaurs on the complete opposite side of the world hadn't even come back down yet. It was still on its way up. See, when the asteroid hit, it didn't just dig a hole. It launched trillions of tons of molten rock straight up, so hard that a lot of it punched right out of the atmosphere and into space. And well, what goes up must come down. Over the next hour or two, all that debris rains back down over the entire planet. Not big boulders. Think trillions of tiny beads of molten glass re-entering the sky everywhere, all at once. One little bead, harmless, trillions of them screaming through the air at the same time. They heat it up, and I mean the whole sky. All over the world it starts to glow, dull red, then oven bright. Scientists think the entire sky turned into a giant broiler for hours. Anything caught out in the open didn't burn, it cooked. Forests thousands of kilometers from the crater just burst into flame, not from the blast, but because the air above them literally turned to fire. So somewhere on the far side of the planet, a dinosaur that never heard a thing looks up at a sky glowing like the inside of an oven, and that's the last thing it ever sees. Brutal. Okay, so remember when I said we know how this day went down, minute by minute? Here's how. There's a fossil site in North Dakota called Tanis, and it might be the most incredible thing paleontologists have ever dug up. Because Tanis didn't just capture the year the dinosaurs died, it captured the day. When the asteroid hit, the shockwave rippled through the Earth, and minutes later, it sloshed nearby rivers into a giant surge that buried everything within an hour. A paleontologist named Robert De Palma finds fish there, stacked up and frozen right in the middle of the chaos. And check this out. Jammed into the gills of those fish are tiny beads of glass, the exact same beads that were raining from the sky. These fish literally breathed in the asteroid as they died, and the chemistry matches Chicxulub perfectly. But here's the detail that gives me chills. Scientists sliced open those fish bones and read the growth rings, like tree rings, and figured out the season. The dinosaurs died in spring. All across the northern half of the world, babies were being born. Everything was waking up at the worst possible moment imaginable. And you'd think the fire was the worst of it. Nope. The fire was just the opening act. The thing that actually ended the age of the dinosaurs was way slower and way quieter. All that soot from the fires, plus pulverized rock and sulfur blasted into the sky, wrapped the whole planet in a thick, dark shroud. The sun? Switched off for months, in some places, years. And when you switch off the sun, you switch off photosynthesis, which means the plants go first. Then the plant eaters, who've got nothing to eat. Then the big predators who've got no plant eaters to eat. It's like pulling the bottom card out of the whole tower. Temperatures crashed. That lush, green, humid dinosaur world went cold, gray, and dead silent. So the dinosaurs that survived the fire didn't go out in some epic blaze. They slowly starved in the freezing dark under a sky that forgot the sun existed. Because that's what these things actually look like. It's never really the explosion, it's the long, quiet aftermath. And now for the twist that'll actually keep you up tonight. This whole thing, it almost didn't happen. Here's the wild bit. The dinosaurs weren't losers. They weren't weak or dumb or evolutionary dead ends. They absolutely dominated this planet for 160 million years. What killed them wasn't a flaw, it was an address. The exact spot the asteroid hit, that seabed under Mexico, just happened to be packed with sulfur. And it was that sulfur, vaporized into the sky, that caused the deadly sun-blocking winter. Scientists figure that if the rock had landed almost anywhere else, the deep ocean, a different type of rock, the winter might have been way milder, and the dinosaurs could have pulled through. Same asteroid, same size, same speed. Move the landing spot a few thousand kilometers, and there might still be dinosaurs walking around today. They didn't lose because they were weak. They lost a coin flip, one the universe tossed 66 million years ago. So, who actually made it? Not the big guys. The survivors were the little weirdos, the small, the burrowing, the ones that could hide underground or underwater and live off scraps and seeds in the dark. And hiding among them was a group of tiny, nervous, deeply unimpressive furballs, the early mammals. Also known as your great-great-great, add a few million more greats, grandparents. Everything you are, every human, every city, every idea traces back to a critter small enough to survive the actual apocalypse. Oh, and the dinosaurs? They're not totally gone either. One branch just made it, the feathery ones. So go look out your window. That sparrow, that pigeon, that obnoxious crow. Living dinosaurs, direct descendants of the survivors of the worst day this planet has ever seen. 66 million years ago, the sky fell, and the whole world you live in got built out of the ashes. So, next time a little bird lands next to you, give it a nod. Its family has been through some stuff, and honestly, so is yours. That's the only reason you're here to think about it at all.